With a fan base divided, some fans are saying it's time for him to go, other fans are saying shut the hell up, what are you on about? Pompey Focus says, I hate how negative a lot of our fans are. We've come a long way in the past 10 years or so, and yet so many still moan. Unbelievable stuff. Also, so many are so angry, it's laughable really. Where do you stand on this Mousinho debate? Hope you're well. We're talking about the fan base divided. We're also talking about the mystery of Chaplin, just what is going on with that fella, and we're looking at the Fair Play League this week. Where do Pompey sit in the 1 to 24 of the dirty teams so far this season? Plus the A to Z continues, and we've got a nice easy letter this week. It's the letter F. I wonder what might go in for that. Sasha, Sam, and of course Phil are back with us, fresh back from watching Pompey play Wrexham and Hull this week. And Sasha, is it fair to say that at Wrexham, or against Wrexham, there was no goals, but we looked a bit better?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought we played really well. The only concern I had with that is we couldn't score with the 20-odd shots that we had. But it was really good, positive signs. We looked to improve, especially after the thrashing at Birmingham. So hopefully we can play like that more often and pick up some more results, because we're in desperate need of it now.
Yeah. Sasha, right, let's come on to Hull then, shall we? Because that's the last match. Sam, where do you sit on what you're reading on social media at the moment? I hope Mousinho himself isn't reading it. I'm sure he wouldn't be. Fans are saying it's time for him to go. Where do you sit?
I'm like 50-50 right now. I last year I was all for getting Mousinho out, but then he kind of proved me wrong. So I'm kind of on the fence a little bit with him staying, because I know he can turn it around. I think the problem doesn't lie with Mousinho. I think it lies with squad investment and what we've done in the transfer market, which has clearly not been enough. And we need to put our hands in our pockets for January if we want to stay in this league.
Dex says if you're a Mousinho out, you're a freak, Phil. Are you a freak, Phil?
No. I'm still supporting him, but again, I still maintain he's not immune to criticism. So I'm going to call him out for. Actually, no, I'm going to give him praise for Wednesday night for changing the formation and changing the personnel. I mean, there was 7 changes, and he stuck with it yesterday. But again, I think his substitutes are letting him down. His timing of his substitutes, he's not positive enough. You know, when you see Marlon Pack coming on at half time, it's not really, well, it's not what I wanted to see. Then you get, Zach Swanson coming on. You need some more attacking players. But hey.
If you're a frustrated Pompey fan at the moment, and we'd love you to just drop us a quick like. We're growing a lovely little community over here, and we are all Mousinho in at this moment in time. I want to just test the theory in a minute of just how much longer though we can tolerate this performances, because the two at the bottom, particularly Norwich, have just sacked their manager, and so you presume, and with Southampton, sorry to say that word on here, that they will improve over coming weeks, which leaves you and Oxford a little bit vulnerable to that third relegation spot. Another good podcast, 4-0 written all over it. Of course, I'm sure you will listen to our good friends over there. Say it's baffling me seeing how many Pompey fans are calling Mousinho to go, Sasha. If you're looking in a direction for your blame, his should be the last you should be heading in. He has pulled us out of this position before, and he will do so again. My fly in the ointment tonight is this time last year when he did it, you had a better squad.
Yeah, arguably we had a better squad. But I was saying to a few people yesterday that I can't see another manager coming in and doing as good as Mousinho has done with the resources available. We have a poor squad when it comes to a championship level. It's a squad that I'd say would lose to our League One winning side just a few years ago. And I think Mousinho himself is a brilliant coach, brilliant manager, and he shows that he's not scared to make changes. Like Phil mentioned, he made the however many subs against Wrexham, he changed the formation. He will try different things, but with the resources available to him, he is going to struggle. And if we did put our hands in our pockets and invested in January, I see no reason why he can't push us up the league.
The thing about players and managers, and I'll give you two words: Liam Manning. He potentially was one of the candidates when Mousinho was taken in, and look how it's worked out for him at Norwich. There's never a guarantee with a player or a manager that sometimes it just works, sometimes it doesn't. You can look at Sorensen for us last year. We bought him in summer, got rid of him in January, but he's banging the goals in now. Sometimes that's how it works. So I completely agree with what Sasha says. With what he's got to work with, I'm not sure that there's many that would be able to do much better than Mousinho.
Okay. There are some fans suggesting he's lost the dressing room a little bit. I'm sure you're seeing that. Joe says, what is this mad idea that Mousinho is the only man that can ever manage us and nobody could possibly do any better? Yes, the owners should take most of the blame for running us on a shoestring, but also the tactics and the selections are equally as bad. He's got until the end of November for me. That would give you Millwall, Sheffield United away and Bristol City at home. Three games. Sam, does he deserve longer?
I think you have to give him the transfer window, so you have to give him at least till the end of February to implement a squad, and when we buy players in January to kind of gel that squad together. That's how long I would give him, given the state of those 3 games coming up, though. Yeah, they are must-win games. But as I looked at memories, this is the time of the year where we started turning it around last year. So, I mean, I don't think any of us on here are at panic stations yet, but, I mean, it's just the classic Pompey fans just throwing their toys out the cot when things start going bad.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm sure you might be sat well in the stadium as well, as we hear it more vocally in the stands now as well. JP says 60% pass, less than a 60% pass completion rate, goalie hoofing it out every 1 in 2 kicks, LaRue and Chaplin stomping out elephants, not even finding the target within space. It's not Moose's fault. Shasha, have you put a timeline on when you need to see improvement by before you will turn your viewpoint?
I don't know. It's difficult. The ultimate goal is now to stay up. You know, whether we do it on the last game of the season or with a few games left to spare, the ultimate goal is we stay up. We have that January window, which is hopefully going to benefit us, and hopefully we spend big and do what we can. Because, like it was mentioned just a few minutes ago, the teams below us, Norwich, Sheffield United, they are going to spend. They're not afraid to spend. They will do what they can to make sure they're a championship club next season. And we need to do the exact same, because I feel like if worse comes to worse and we did go down, I wouldn't put it on Mousinho first of all. I really wouldn't. I do think he is the last person to worry about, but I think we'd struggle next season if we don't act now.
Okay. Bill, have you got any timeline?
No, I've not really given it any thought. No, like I say, as I said before, I'm trying to remain optimistic, because otherwise it just becomes too depressing. But
Okay.
no, like I say, every manager, I guess, has a lifespan. But I'm hoping that there's a bit more left in the senior. I couldn't put a time frame on it. Again, though, I mean, look at yesterday. Our third goal that we conceded was, let's be honest, a simple ball over the top. Defend. You know, you look at you've got to sometimes look at the players as well. There's only so much the coach can do, but the players have to take responsibility. We should never have conceded that third goal.
Yeah, it was just poor defending.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about Chaplin a second then, if we can. Forgotten Pompey Goal says, the buzz when this transfer happened was unbelievable. What has gone wrong? You can't complain about lack of ambition. This was an ambitious signing everyone thought was out of reach. He hasn't become a bad player overnight. Probably more to do with poor management, and that hurts to say. The front three of Murphy, Bishop and Chaplin should be scoring goals for fun. It's just not good enough. And Ben says, I think we're missing Lang more than we care to admit. Open discussion to all of you here. What's going wrong with Chaplin?
I think we've said it before, he's getting played out of position, but I don't know.
I think at this point we can't.
Hard to watch, that's for sure.
At some point we can't keep using the out of position as an excuse because he's a professional footballer. He's a very good professional footballer. I'm hoping that it's something similar with Bishop, that once he gets his first goal, he'll just kick on from there. But when he's going to get that first goal, I don't know. I thought he would have netted 5-10 goals by now, and he probably should have, in all honesty. But I don't know what's going wrong. But it's not working, and it's a shame to see because that's probably the best bit of January business we've done for as long as I've been watching Pompey. It was an absolute buzz knowing that we've signed Chaplin back on loan, and it just felt like everything was all sunshine and rainbows, and it just hasn't worked out for whatever reason so far.
Yeah, it's sad to see because he's definitely a fan favorite, and he's one of our own, and just seeing him down and not playing very well I just think he needs to move further up the pitch and just be in that number 10 role and get a couple games under there, pushing him out wide, and then with Mousinho changing the formation and the tactics and everything, just put him at number 10, play him for a couple games there, and then if it doesn't work out, we send him back in Ipswich and send him back in January to Ipswich, and that's just the way that it goes.
Okay. What about that Lang point of view on that one? And did you agree that you're missing him perhaps more than you care to admit?
Yeah.
We're missing him.
I've said before that I thought I didn't realise how much we'd missed him, but I think again, I was thinking about it earlier on. It's not just one player though; it's the spine. It's almost like the spine of the team. Where I'm going to mention about Ogilvy the other night. Ogilvy's out for 3 months, and the player didn't even get booked or a free kick. That challenged him. It's like again, I'm drifting on to referees, but in terms of injuries, I know every team has their injuries, but it just seems, when you take out your goalkeeper, you're starting centre back, you're starting keeper, you've had issues with one of your main goal scorers, i.e. Lang. You can go on and on, but I don't think it's one player. But yeah, having Lang right now would be obviously a plus, but there's other players as well. It's affecting the team.
Before we move on, do drop us a quick sub and a quick like as well. That'd be absolutely amazing. We should try and grow this now up to our next milestone. We really appreciate all your comments on previous episodes as well. There's lots of comments on last week, so we'll shout some of these out next week when we have a bit more time. It's an action-packed episode this week. We're also looking at the Fair Play League. Where do you think Pompey sit, guys, in terms of how dirty you've been this season?
I'm not sure.
Last season we were top, weren't we? We were top of the league.
I'm not sure we're dirty enough, but maybe we're a bit soft. That's how it comes.
There's one tactic that I hate that we do, that the goalkeeper goes down and we take like a timeout and then we talk. I just hate it. I hate that we do that. It's awful. It's not within the sportsmanship of the game. But
you're currently the 8th dirtiest side. With the 6th highest number of yellow cards that there are in the league. Does that match with what you're seeing? You are dirtier than Millwall, dirtier than Birmingham, dirtier than Preston. All those teams you associate with, that's the dark arts.
I'd take it. We're staying up.
Yeah, we should be dirty. I want us to be the dirtiest team in the league.
All right, fair enough. We are, of course, approaching the end of the show. So before we do that, we're of course looking at the A to Z of Pompey. This week it's the letter F. I can't think this is going to take very long. Sasha?
It's got to be Fratton Park. I can think of a few players, but it's got to be Fratton Park. One of the most iconic stadiums in the country. The atmosphere speaks for itself, and the amount of memories made there is just unbelievable.
Yeah. What year did you first go to Fratton Park, Sasha? Can you remember?
2013. I watched us lose 2-0 to Chesterfield in League Two.
Bill, how old were you when you first went to the Holy Ground?
I think it was about 86, so I was just a little nipper, so yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. Sam?
97 for me. We lost 3-0 to Bolton, and then all the Bolton fans stormed the pitch because they got promoted.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Technically, I did go earlier when my mum was pregnant with me. My dad used to take us to Fratton Park to make sure that I was born as a Pompey fan, and it turns out that worked.
Okay, brilliant. Fratton Park has to get in for F, doesn't it? Of course, regardless of any other players. But of course, let us know the players, of course, in the chat below. Brilliant. Thank you very much, you three. You can have a week off talking about Pompey next week. We'll see you. We'll see you back here in a couple of weeks' time when, of course, we're reviewing how the Millwall game has gone at, of course, Fratton Park. See you then.